Hi, I'm Jill Aronofsky. I'm a Saipan stamper living on the island of Saipan. And I had a request from one of my team to take another look at a card that we did in September 2023 in my online workshop. So I have an online workshop that is monthly, and anybody in the US can sign up for it. And I'll show you what one page of my tutorial looks like. My online class is currently $42. It includes shipping, and you make 10 cards, two of each of 5 designs. Usually, sometimes they change it up a little bit, but it's not usually less. It's more cards than you get. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to do a partial front window card. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it, not just the original way that I did it in the class. So let me change and get started, and I hope you enjoy this one. It should be pretty fun. Okay, so let me replace. Okay, so here we are. I don't know if you all remember the Earthen Textures bundle. But this is what it looked like, and this is what a page of my tutorial looked like. I list all the supplies, you see the card, and then it's instructions step by step with exactly how everything goes. So even with this, the gal on my team had a little hard time with just where to put the adhesive. So this is really where a video is so amazingly helpful. So let's get started. I made several types of these today, and I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. One is to move the window from the top to the bottom, and then how you get the saying, which is stamped on the inside, to come out in the right place. So I'm going to start with Secret C, which is a big favorite of mine, new color, in color. Really, really love it. And this is a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and I just scored it in the middle and folded it. So this is where we're going to start. So let me bring this back in here. The window is up here. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one both ways. I'm going to show you how it works with the base, and then so I'm going to get another base and fold this one too. So you can see both ways. It's really not hard. You just have to pay attention to what you do. So let me pray that I pay attention to what I do. So the first one, where you're going to have the window on the bottom. This is the top, obviously, where it folds. The bottom, we're going to remove a 1-inch section from the middle of the card where we put the window. So I'm going to cut that at 1 inch. And that's the bit that that's the space that we're going to leave. Then I'm going to cut 1 inch from the bottom. So I have this. And then we're going to put our window down here. On this one, you would still cut the 1 inch off the bottom on this, because that's the space we're making to accommodate the window. And then we're going to cut 1 inch from the fold. So the fold is right here, and I'm going to put it on the 1 inch mark. There it is down here, 1 inch, and I'm going to cut it here. So if you do it that way, then you get the fold like this. You get one at the top, and there's your empty space. Let me pull a piece of white so you can really see it well. So there's your inside. So this is the one with the window at the top, and this is the one with the window at the bottom. So I think this one, I'm going to do the window at the bottom, but they're both put together the same way, so you don't have to worry about anything. So I'm going to put a piece of designer series paper, and the designer series paper is what's going to hide our adhesive so that you can't see it from the inside or out. So this is the regular 4 inches wide, just like we use on most if you're leaving a, 1/4 inch margin around your card front. So for the little piece like this, I am going to cut a piece at 7/8 of an inch by 4 inches. And that's going to go down here. And then for the top, this piece here, it's going to be 4 inches across by 3 3/8. Just want to turn it around because that edge is a little rough. There, so 3 3/8. I'll put that aside. So now I'm going to put my paper trimmer away for the moment and show you how to put this together. So what we're going to do is put this down here and this up here. But we need to get the window part in and hide that adhesive. So we want to put adhesive so that it doesn't reach, it doesn't go all the way out to the edge. So I'm going to use tear and tape because tear and tape is awesome for things with moving parts. And I'm just going to do like 3 inches is what this comes out to about. 3 inches, and I'm going to put it in the middle, right close to the cut line. And then I'm going to put this here just so you can see where it's going. And I'm going to do 3 inches at the top near the cut line. So then I have when I'm cutting a piece of window sheet, I always put a Post-it note on it. I can reuse the Post-it note when I'm done, but I can never find the window sheet if I don't put something on it. So here's our window sheet. Don't let me lose it. I'm going to take the adhesive off of both of these pieces and show you, you just have to wing it a little bit to get it in the right place. All good. I'm going to put this at the bottom, line up the bottom and the two sides. Flip that out of the way so you can see it better. And then I'm going to place the window sheet inside. I'm going to put it so that it covers up the tape and so that it has the regular margin on both sides. So hopefully I'll get it pretty straight. Not exactly, but exactly is hard to reach. There, that's good. So I'm going to press this down and take my Post-it note off because that's not going anywhere. So I have this and this. So this has the exposed adhesive. I'm going to take this on the bottom and I'm going to hold these two pieces tight so that it gives a nice clean edge. I'm going to lift the window sheet up, tuck this down, and then press it down here. There. And now all I have to do is find my little, oh, here it is. There's my Seal Plus. Perfect for moving parts. Put a good amount of adhesive on here. And this paper comes from the Kintsugi Inspirations Designer Series paper. I'm going to put this right at the top edge of the other one. And so it closes up that adhesive and leaves the window sheet in between. I'm going to take this one too and put this here. Put this down on the bottom. Eek. There. So I lined that designer series paper right up with the cardstock so that it meets and you can see right through that clear piece. So that is the start of our card. I'm going to do some very simple decorations. I've already stamped one of these vases in with Misty Moonlight ink. And I'm going to go ahead and just color with my dark cloud cover blend just to give it a little bit of more depth. And I don't really care whether I'm coloring the leaves or the flowers. I just sort of want all the main images to be colored. You could do it the opposite way and color the background and leave the other image white, the other part of the portion of the design white. That would be fine too. But just some quick coloring, not really too weird about my coloring. So we can cut this out. It's probably easier than using my cut and emboss machine with the die cut. So whether you have the window at the top or the bottom depends on the design element that you're going to put on top. And I'll show you why why the design element, you'll understand why that design of element is so important once we get this on here. So I'm going to put this here and I want to put something out of the top. So I just ran a couple. This is the Inspiring Imperfections bundle. I have, of course, all my cut little pieces and pre-stamped pieces. If I stamp it, I don't use it. I just put it in a cello and put it back. So I use this die. I ran through the machine. Keep that. So I keep everything in there. So when I want to use it, I know where I can find it and I know what I've got to do. So I was thinking to put that here and put this in here. So that is why I put mine down on the bottom, because I'm going to have this fan out a little bit and I'll have less room. I'll have a little bit more room to do this. So I do not want, I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, but I do not want the adhesive to show through to the back. So I'm going to flip it over and get my dimensionals, and I'm not going to put one in the middle. Just going to put it like that. Oh, I do have to do one thing. So it kind of bothers me that you want to put something in the vase, you can't do that. So the simple solution is to just get your little X-Acto knife and cut a slit so that it does look like it's going inside. I usually put this on top of my, now that I've got that dimensional on the back. I use a little stack of Post-it notes because it doesn't matter if there's a slit in it, you can still use it again. You can still write on it. It's fully effective. So that's going to go here. And then I have no idea how I'm going to adhere these, but I'm just going to stick one in. Need the X-Acto knife again, just to open this up. Yeah, be careful using an X-Acto knife. I think I'll use my pick tool because I'm not likely to slice a finger. And stick that in the edge. And then it will truly be inside there. I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, put it on the back here. And actually maybe take a little bit of tissue and take the excess glue off so it doesn't stick to the front. Put that on there, and I think I'm going to put, oh, it's hard to tell. I guess they both kind of go the same way. I'm going to do a little bit on this. Same thing. So you could, you could put the big flower in here. That just seems a little off balance for me. It seems like it's just way too big for the vase. But you do you. Everybody's got a different way they want to do things. So there's my vase, and I want to put a nice saying through the hole. So I'm going to use my handy dandy little Post-it again. Put this in the inside where it's going to be, and then I'm going to close it up. I'm going to take a Post-it note and hold it up to here. I want to be able to see the Post-it note through there. And I want it to be centered between the edge and the vase. So I know I'm going to put my saying right there on top of that. So when I open it up, I know exactly where I'm going to stamp my saying. I decided to use Grateful for You from the Layers of Beauty. I don't even think I've used this stamp yet, but here we go. And I will do it in Misty Moonlight, just like I stamped the vase. And test it. Good. And put it here. There. And that is going to put it in the perfect spot so that there, I'll use that Post-it note again. When I put it on the inside, it will show through. And then when you open it up, it's just really fun and it's easy to do. Doesn't require, well, just requires a tiny piece of window sheets. And put this on here. I always find it helpful to even it up. Okay. And I've got a little bit of denting on my corner, so I usually just flatten that out with my bone folder so that nobody else sees it too, right? So that's very simple. You could also put a ribbon in here if you wanted to. I think maybe I should also put some of the, what's it called? Hues of Blues flowers on here. That might be a nice touch. I think I'm going to put one right here on top of the, yeah, that one looks pretty cute. And then here, maybe not quite that far out. And up here. Boy, too centered. There. There. So that just adds a little bit of sparkle on top of that too, a little embellishment. So let me show you the other ones that I did today. I used the Impressions of Bloom, and first I did one the regular way, well, the way I'd done one in the September 2023 class. And I stamped, these were berry burst. I stamped it with the inside, cut it out, granny apple green. And I believe this designer series paper is from Zinnia's, Simply Zinnia's. So, and there's your saying on the inside. And I did that in berry burst to match and put the new gold ribbon on there. So that's a cute idea. I also did this one with pumpkin pie and early espresso, and then did some of the tiny little flowers from in here. Oh, that's just a die. It's not a stamp. That's why I'm looking for. And Darling Duckling in color gems. So fun. And one more I did. I think this is one of my all-time favorite stamp sets. Mixed Florals is that one. And I use the Darling Duckling and then a little bit of the dark lemon lolly to color these, and pecan pie for the inside, and summer splash to brighten it up. So whether you put it on the top or the bottom, they come out pretty darn cute. And I hope you'll try one of these. Let me know if you have any questions. And I hope to see you next Thursday when we do another video. I'm going to be visiting my daughter in Ohio and then in Chicago. So we'll see how this goes. But have a good week and thanks for watching. Bye.